Everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Arifa Kokab, and I'm honored to present this project as part of my assignment for the University of San Diego. Now, today, we're diving into a powerful but ethically complex intersection of AI and neuromarketing, specifically the rise of emotionally targeted advertising. Now, as the founder and CEO of the Neurobusiness Corporation, I've seen firsthand how emerging technologies can really tap into human mind in ways we've never imagined. But with that power comes serious responsibility. Now, this presentation is not just a showcase of innovation, it's a reflection of how we, as ethical practitioners, can use AI to influence behavior without compromising trust, dignity, or transparency. Let's begin with understanding what neuromarketing even is. So, neuromarketing is where science meets strategy, and honestly, it's a game changer. Instead of relying on what people say they like, we tap into what they actually feel. By tracking brainwaves, eye movements, and skin responses, we uncover those raw subconscious reactions that often drive decisions. It's like peeking behind the curtain of human behavior, revealing what really moves people long before they even realize it themselves. So that's neuromarketing. And how does that compare to traditional marketing? Well, here's the real game changer. Traditional marketing relies on what people say they like, but the truth is, we're not always aware of our subconscious reactions, let alone able to explain them. Neuromarketing skips the guesswork. It goes straight to the source, our brain and our body, capturing raw emotional responses in real time. That means basically we're no longer interpreting what works based on assumptions. We're seeing it unfold with precision. It's honest, it's data backed, and it's the future of understanding what truly resonates. Now, AI takes neuromarketing to an entirely new level. Instead of just collecting data, it learns from it, digging into our brain waves, eye movements, and skin responses to understand what emotions we're really feeling. From that, it builds dynamic, evolving consumer personas that don't just describe us in the moment, it predicts what we'll want next. It's like the AI gets a glimpse into our subconscious. Now, that kind of emotional intelligence in marketing allows brands to speak to us in ways that feel personal, timely, and deeply relevant. It's powerful, but it also comes with the responsibility to use that power wisely. Now, when we talk about AI driven neuromarketing, it's really important to remember that it doesn't just affect the people we're targeting. There are ripple effects, unintended ones, that can really matter. For example, if our AI is trained on biased data, it could end up reinforcing harmful stereotypes or emotionally manipulating people without us even realizing it. That's especially risky when it comes to kids or emotionally vulnerable individuals who might not have the same tools to process what they're being exposed to. And it's not just about the people, we also have to think about the companies using this tech. If ethical lines are crossed, even unintentionally, it could lead to backlash, lawsuits, and serious damage to their reputation. At a societal level, this kind of misuse chips away at the public's trust in AI. So, as professionals, we really need to think beyond the immediate goals of a campaign and stay mindful of the bigger picture. Now, before I begin exploring formal frameworks like fairness metrics or model explainability tools, my team and I were already committed to doing things ethically from the ground up. Now, every participant signs a detailed consent form where we explain exactly how their data will be used. Nothing is hidden, there's no fine print. We don't share data with third parties, period. And everything we collect, from brainwaves to eye movements and skin responses, is stripped of personal identifiers and used anonymously. Even without formal certifications yet, Respecting privacy of everyone and dignity has always been part of the DNA of the Neurobusiness Corporation. Professionally, I've always believed that innovation means nothing if it isn't grounded in responsibility. At the Neurobusiness Corporation, every step we take with AI is anchored in ethical integrity. We're not just building tools, we're building trust. That's why we're transparent with our clients, accountable in our methods, and absolutely uncompromising when it comes to protecting biometric data. Privacy isn't just a checkbox for us, it's a value. And I make sure that stays front and center in everything we do. Personally, I've always believed that marketing should uplift people, not play on their vulnerabilities. That belief shapes everything I do. So when someone shares their biometric data with us, I see it as a deep form of trust, and I take that seriously. For me, it's never about just the effectiveness or conversion rates, it's about compassion, respect, and doing right by people. Now, those values aren't just personal, they guide every decision I make professionally too. If a strategy ever compromises someone's dignity, it's not worth it. For me, it's a constant balancing act, pushing the boundaries of innovation while staying grounded in my personal ethics. Now, at the Neurobusiness Corporation, I may not have had formal certifications in place yet, but I've always held myself and my work to a high ethical standard. I make it a point to talk openly with clients about the responsible use of AI, not just what it can do, but what it should do. I regularly pause to reassess. Are we crossing a line? Are we still protecting the people at the center of all of this data? For me, true innovation only matters if it's built with integrity. I'm going to now walk you through a two-part action plan that I've created to further elevate our dedication towards ethical practices at the Neurobusiness Corporation. So this is where we put ethics into action. First, I'm making fairness metrics like the disparate impact and equal opportunity difference a part of our model audits. So we're not just predicting behavior, we're checking that it's equitable. I'll also continue using SHAP in our AI pipeline to make emotional predictions explainable, not just accurate. Now, privacy is a big deal, especially with biometric data, so I'll be integrating differential privacy methods like Laplace noise. And all new projects will go through an internal AI ethics impact assessment, so we're embedding ethics from day one, not after the fact. Now, for part two of my action plan, which I called Building for Long Term Impact, I'll be working towards getting our AI systems certified. So, ISO and IEC 42001 will help us build a governance structure around ethical AI. And IEEE Certif AIED aligns perfectly with our goal of keeping human values at the center of everything we build. I want to also start including model cards that show not just performance, but also water usage and carbon footprint, so we can track our environmental impact too. And finally, I'll be launching client workshops to share everything we've learned about ethical marketing. This is how the Neurobusiness Corporation leads, not just with tech, but with values. To wrap things up, AI-driven neuromarketing holds incredible power. It allows us to tap into the emotional core of human decision making in ways traditional marketing never could. Now, like I keep on mentioning, with that power comes deep ethical responsibility. So we're not just influencing behavior, we're engaging with real people's emotions, identities, and choices. That means privacy, fairness, and transparency can't be optional. They have to be built in from the start. At the Neurobusiness Corporation, I'm committed to ensuring our use of AI doesn't just drive results, it builds trust, respects autonomy, and sets a standard for what ethical innovation should look like. Because when we lead with integrity, we don't just market better, we help shape a future where technology serves humanity. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. Have a nice day.